hippity hoppity, little hippity hoppity, little hippity hoppity, little hippity hoppity row. Well, suddenly.
You might remember in my first animated music videos video that I briefly spoke about Ed, Edd n Eddy by a rapper called J.I.D. The music video for that featured a lot of traced animation from the original show, which prompted me to talk about drawings of rappers done by fans. Some are original, but usually they're just traced shots from different shows or edited renders and model sheets. All you need to do is type in rappers as cartoons into Google and most of it is other characters drawn over to resemble modern rappers. And whilst there's usually a variety, there's numerous repeat offenders such as Bart Simpson or Rick from Rick and Morty. And of course as it gets further and further into more modern rappers, you start to notice a bit of a trend. You've got the XXXTentacion double-dyed curly fry hair, the drugs and hypebeast fashion, which is also notable for having a lot of traced artwork of characters in hypebeast gear. And it's not bad, but it is really uncanny, like these Bart ones. It always looks like they just trace on the shoes. How strange, I don't remember ASAP Rocky having a 10-inch forehead! It reminds me of all those gangster drawings of SpongeBob and Bugs Bunny. It's literally the same thing with different fashion and surprisingly less effort. And yeah, it's weird, but I get it. These shows are a part of people's childhoods and they want to pay homage to it, especially rappers as of recent. A lot of rappers, usually some of the more amateurish ones, have been basing their music around particular cartoons, and they reference this through album art. Though since it's usually your average SoundCloud mumble rapper, there's usually very little creativity for these. Okay, that was a joke. Most rappers actually pay for their album art. It's the artists they hire that are the problem. Let's say a rapper does a song and they're like, I want Danny Phantom styled art for mine. They'll probably pay an artist to make it for them. The artist will then go and trace a screenshot of a drawn over character and pass it off as their own original art. That's really annoying for two reasons. One, that's not your artwork, doofus! It's like me when I was 14 passing off my crappy drawn over Sonic art as my original avatar. 2. There's a difference between drawing in a particular style and drawing a character and changing the details to look like someone else. Example, this is a drawing in the Powerpuff art style, whereas this is a character as a Powerpuff Girl. Petty personal pet peeve over. So why exactly are most of these covers so clearly low effort? This isn't true for all of them, but I'm guessing a lot of them are bought off of Fiverr and other sites like that. And rather than spending money on the expensive but high quality stuff, they go for the cheaper ones, like this one guy. I think this is the biggest offender of all of these traces. You can clearly see how bad these are, all clearly traced, some being the original with random bits either scribbled on or just copied and pasted. Hell, some of the things in these covers are unedited clip art or stolen fan art. Even fan art gets traced, and the tracing is so off as well. The line art is sloppy and inconsistent, and the composition of the images is a complete mess. Characters aren't arranged very well, the different styles and poses clash with one another. They're resized and placed on unfitting backgrounds without any forethought. The backgrounds are either all stolen or lackluster and somehow manage to have less effort than the traced characters. This is one of the worst of them. Ignoring how comically compressed this Danny looks, everything in this image is clearly stolen, from the fan art to the background. It also looks like he's about to run them over. Nothing really works together, the entire composition of the piece is a mess. The feng shui is totally off, man. Tracing has always been a big issue when it comes to art, and what makes it worse is that artists can usually get away with even tracing someone's fan art. The most that happens is that they take down their social media if anything. It doesn't help that even when it's called out, promoters or the rappers don't even change it or even call out the artist when this kind of stuff happens. Art theft is terrible because there's so many artists out there that deserve recognition, and so many that could get a job but don't because they don't get credited for their work. When art or content is shared and discussed, it's indirectly promoted from word of mouth. Stealing people's hard work or going for a cheap, unoriginal alternative is damaging to growing artists. And for the tracers, you could at least try to make something original. Yeah, it won't be perfect, but it's better than theft. I'd rather you had the scribbles of a 5-year-old rather than someone else's stolen work. Like I've said before, people get better with time. As long as you have the motivation and interest, then you should be able to accomplish great things. Hello, video's done. I don't have much to say. Check out the People Who Are Better Than Me tab, and one thing I just want to add. Since I'm a smaller creator, this is just a general thing for like smaller creators in general. If you want more creators to be more successful and do better and stuff like that. One really just like cool thing, you just like share the video. Someone might see it, might be interested in it. Share it with people who you think might be interested in it. I'm not saying like spam people, but just like sharing is good. Sharing is caring. Alright, bye.